Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Donna Parsons here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the future value function in Excel. It's a very exciting and fun function to figure out. It's not that hard, super easy. So if you look at what I have up on the screen, in cell B2 I have $2,000. So I'm going to be depositing $2,000 at the end of the year for the next 10 years. So at the end of those 10 years, I'm going to have obviously $20,000, but it's going to be equal payments of $2,000 for the next 10 years. The annual interest rate, which is going to be a constant, because I don't know what the future interest rate is going to be. So we're going to say it's a constant of 5%. So we're going to figure out at the end of 10 years how much money that $20,000 is going to make me in interest. So we're going to come up to our formula tab across the top, and we're going to come over to the insert function, and your insert function dialog box will pop up. But the easier way that I've been showing y'all how to do this is to come over to your formula bar, and to the left of the formula bar there's this little FX. If you left click it once, it automatically opens up the same thing. So it's a lot easier sometimes to just go there. Instead of doing two steps, you're doing one. You're going to be looking for the future value, or the F as in Frank, V as in Victor, a function, and that function says it returns the future value of an investment based on periodic, constant payments and a constant interest rate. So I'm going to find it, I'm going to select it and click OK, and my dialog box pops up, and now we're looking for the rate. The rate is going to be 5%, so that is F8, and if you look down below here, here's the answers that we're going to be typing in. The N per, okay, or the number of payments, is B6, so we're going to be typing in B6. So, but because this is going to be an absolute value, I'm going to be typing in $B, $6. Now, if you don't know what the difference between absolute and relative is, I do have a lesson explaining the differences between absolute and relative, so take a look at it. In the payment box is going to be how much are we going to depositing every year, and that's going to be B5. So it's the same thing. So it's going to be $B, $5, and when I click OK, so we have B8, B6, and B5, and then we have the absolute values with the dollar signs in front of them. Now you can also do B6, type in B6, and then press the F4 on your keyboard, and the F4 is a shortcut, and it will put in the dollar signs for you. So for example, if I back that out and I just typed in B6 and then I pressed F4, it would put the $B, $6 exactly where it should be. It's super easy to do. So that's a shortcut. I'm going to click OK, and there's our future value. Our future value says that for 10 equal payments of $2,000, which would be obviously $20,000, at 5% interest constant over the next 10 years, that value would be $25,156. And because we use the absolute value, when I drag my autofill, and to drag your autofill, if I'm going to remind you how to do that, is come down to the bottom right hand corner of your cell, and this is your select, and this is your autofill, and you want to just drag it to the right, and you want to release it, and when you do, it fills in all of the formulas to the right, because we used the absolute value, and the absolute value is the dollar sign. And there's your answer. And the cool thing about this is if you were to change this, let's just say we're going to change this to 2,500, it changes all the amounts. So once you have the future value put in, you can see that by just changing the numbers or changing the years, let's just say I want to go to 5 years and not 10 years or maybe 20 years, it's going to change all of the value of the interest of the period as it goes with it, along with it. So if I change this, for example, to just say 7 years, you can see what the 7 years would end up doing. So it's obviously and changed correctly. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thanks so much for viewing my channel and some of the wonderful comments that I'm getting. I really appreciate it. And if you like what I have to say, subscribe. And if you have anything that you want me to cover, let me know.